Okay, we're back. Been a pretty big break. I'm still waiting on the King Queen seat to come back from the upholsterers. I got some photos of the look done. But anyway, what we're going to do today is start this bad boy up, or bad girl. I'm gonna start. I don't know what the fuck it is now, but we're gonna start it up. We're gonna try and get started now. It's not ready to ride or anything like that. I'm gonna wait till I get my seat back, and I've got a bit of tweaking to do on the guard and a few more bits and pieces. What we're gonna do is just start it up, see how them pipes sound, and hopefully it gives me a little bit of enthusiasm to keep going with it. I mean, it's not like I'm going to stop, but you know, I can't remember what I got done on the last video, but since then, I think I've pretty much mounted the tank, the oil tank. I've tucked the key and starter button in here, and hopefully I'll get the rest of the wiring down in this little slot in there. It's pretty experimental with that oil tank. That's the only thing that's really worrying me. I'll give it a good wind over before I fire it, connect any leads to it. We'll wind it over, get the oil pressure up and all that sort of thing, because one, it hasn't any oil in it for a while, and two, I don't know how fast it's going to balance out between these tanks, because they are separate. Right, so pretty much what I've got to do, I've got to fill me primary, fill me, transmission, and fill the oil tank engine oil. We pretty much I've got to extend this yellow lead. I'll just extend it. I will put new wiring through there when the final assembly comes, but I'll just extend it today. That runs up to the coil that we remounted down here, and just got to get some plug leads off another bike, as these ones here, well, one is all right, and then the other one, which I didn't even know was like that. So yeah, before I pulled this bike apart, I was having some trouble tuning it, and I wanted to get it tuned before I pulled it apart, so when it all went back together it was going to work perfect. But I've just come across this, and well, I came across this like a few weeks ago. Explains a lot. Not saying it's going to fix me problem altogether, but I reckon that's going to be a fair bit of it. For anyone that's not really familiar with oil changes, I'm just going to pretend that you know how to drop all the oil out. Transmission oil bolt down there, and then on the original oil tanks with these, they have a pipe going up to the battery tray, and you undo that pipe or tube or whatever you want to call it, and that dumps all your oil out of the oil tank. So with these, this is an 86. You undo this here. This is an inspection screw. You undo this, put a funnel on its edge, fill it up until the oil comes out of that inspection thing. It just weeps out with the bike standing upright. With engine oil, it's pretty much, they say, if it's got no oil in it, it's around about, I think it's around about 3.7, what do they say, quarts in America? Or it's roughly 3.5 litres or something like that. Because I've got a different oil tank, I'm just going to top it up, wind it over, top it up, wind it over. I know I've got to at least have around about 3.5 litres in there, so hopefully this all works. This is the bit that's worrying me. I don't want to fuck the engine. All right, so do that, extend our wire, then we're going to hook our battery up. Build a new battery. Walked into the battery shop with me measurements, and bang, got one that will fit down on this battery tray underneath here. Perfect. Thought that was going to be a lot harder than it was. Anyway, all right, now let's get started. Oh, and if anyone's struggling with the filler, I use a pair of pliers, but people get a bit of flat bar, use that, And I'm pretty sure if you get the right spanner, a large spanner, you can actually put it in there like that and they open. There's all different ways to do it. I can't remember, there is an actual right way, and you can use a tool, and so that's what they actually do with it. But I've always, until I think the last one, I think it was the Ironhead, I didn't do like this. I actually done it like the proper way, and I used a spanner, or I used the back of a shift. It was a shifter handle, and it was that, and you could actually get in there. This thing here is being flogged out by everyone, not, I don't know, just using probably the fucking pliers. So if you just get it and put the prongs in there like that, and you got to really push hard on it so it doesn't sort of slide out each time. That will get it. And then it's pretty straightforward. It'll just undo from there. Unscrew the inspection hole, if that's what you want to call it. Oh, tell me this has got a little, one of them little ends that extend, but I think I'm going to have to get a funnel. Yeah, fuck, of course I am. Now, I'll do a quick Google and make sure, like just going off memory, I think it's 746, but it might be 856. So I'll double check that, and then I can just top it up. If I'm wrong, I haven't got a manual on me, so I'm just, I remember there was a couple 100mm difference between the newer ones and the older ones, so just check it. Alright, just got on Sportspedia. Didn't even know that was a thing. I've just found it, and there's so much shit on here. Anyway, transmission primary oil capacities, 1957 to 1990, 710mm or 24 ounce, 1.5 pints. 91 to 92, 1183mm, 40 ounces, and 93 to 96 and 98 to 2004 is 946mm. So yeah, I knew the later ones were about 946. So I've put around about 746mm in mine, and it's saying it should be around about 710, so it's, you know, an extra 30mm and 40mm, and I don't think that's going to make a shitload of difference. So done, and now we'll do this back up, and you know, so look, what I'd probably be asking if I was you guys is, why isn't it coming out of that hole? If you have a look at this bike, it's got an extended front end on it. It's raking back. You look at how high the front is to how high the back is. So the engine is rocked back a bit. I don't know if it's that much, but it might not. It might just be enough not to come out of that. Now, you don't want to overfill it and have it coming up over your clutch basket and all that too much. It can cause issues. So look, I'm just going to stick with that for now. I might get an inspection camera and go down in there and just have a quick look, make sure it's up to the bottom of the clutch basket. But look, if you're doing this sort of thing and you know the bike's all over the place, you can always undo. If you've got a derby cover that undoes, undo that, and then you can just fill up, and you don't have to go through this. But look, that will do for now. Might as well get these leads and chuck the battery and we'll start turning it over. Alright, good to chuck our battery in. I just had to fucking stop for a bit, filled it up with petrol and it was leaking, so down this side here, when I repaired the front, I think it's distorted and it cracked down there. Anyway, I've just welded it up and you know, I didn't check for leaks before I filled it with petrol. I thought I was going to get away and be lucky, but it was pretty obvious. I don't know how I missed it. Anyway, I think we're right now, hopefully. We'll soon know. Right. Well, fuck it. Might see if this thing's gonna fire up, and then I'll just be able to, hopefully it'll just suck the oil into it, hopefully not quicker than I can fill it. I'll just turn the fuel on. Okay, here we go. Fuck. Right, well, got it going. Got a fucking oil leak down here near the pump. So, I don't know. I reckon I'll just leave that as it is. It's leaking a fucking lot actually, but I reckon I'll just leave that until I pull everything apart and then have a look at it, because I can't see what the fuck it is. Other than that, I'll just wait for it to cool down a bit. I can't get in there with the pipes that hot. Yeah, it's definitely running a lot better now with them, with the new or second-hand plug leads. Well, that's it. Look, set out to get it started today, achieve that, and yeah, that's a wrap.